Do you feel discriminated against by customers when working here?
Yes.
What's your reason?
They just like to talk to you with like a certain little tone. It makes you feel a little lesser than someone. They kind of talk to you like you're dumb.
A few occasions have happened while I was at work where I felt discriminated against. One time, this group of Caucasian baseball players came in, and I was speaking to them in English the entire time, and then they just decided to, in a very mocking tone, start ordering in Spanish, and I was just like annoyed and confused, and like they were laughing at me, and I was like, okay, like.
So why do you think people act out this way?
Because it makes them feel like superior. Like if they're not a minority, like there's a majority, like the Caucasian people who speak fluent English, like yeah, it makes them feel like they're better than us and like in the hierarchy of things.
Because they don't have dining etiquette
Yeah.
and no home training apparently.
It definitely has to do with race. I mean, bottom line, but I don't know. I honestly don't know why. I don't know why. I guess to empower themselves, make themselves feel better about themselves. I just don't understand like where people feel good about, you know, cussing at someone or, you know, talking down. Yeah, talking.
So how do you deal with this kind of behavior?
Well, I usually just try to be the bigger man and just try to be, you know, killing with kindness, like I said. That's just the way I was raised. You know, that's, you know, my parents had to go through the same thing, so.
Mentally laugh and walk off.
And then just kind of just walk it
Go
off.
about it professionally, but mentally laughing and go on about my business.
Well, since I'm at work, I have to be like composed and I still have to be polite and like I try not to be too confrontational to cause a scene. But most of the time I will like visibly express that I'm like either like offended or like annoyed and like that wasn't very like nice, you know?
Yeah.
And hopefully they get it.
So what do you think could be done to prevent this kind of behavior from customers?
They should definitely read the menu more and learn how to talk to people like humans. Because we're definitely not a bunch of animals.
I just think people need to be educated more because, I mean, they come into like Mexican restaurants, specifically like where we work and other Mexican restaurants, to appreciate, because they appreciate the Mexican food and like the Mexican like, you know, margaritas and like the little cultural stuff, but then they don't appreciate us, like the actual like Hispanic people and like immigrants specifically, like have so many like stereotypes and like prejudices against them.
So, like in my high school, before our prom night, our principal went on the new, like the morning announcements and, you know, taught us a lot of like different things, you know. I guess he was a server growing up and he kind of knows what it's like, but he taught us, you know, as high schoolers, he taught us, you know, tip 20%, you know, try not to give the server a hard job, you know, don't play with their food. I mean, because we're all kids, so like, you know, I feel like teaching people at a young age and teaching people stuff like that in like high school or elementary and middle school, like it goes a long way because it's kind of like engraved in the brain kind of when they're still in that, that little learning mindset.
Yes.